Alright, so this is Mathletics Competition 1, 2012-2013, page 2, no calcs. So find the sum of a sequence. So here's the deal. Finding the sum of a sequence, I need to know three numbers. I need to know the sum of the first and the last, the smallest and the biggest number combined. In this case, 104. I also need to know, oh, come on. I also need to know the counting number. What am I counting by? In this case, I'm counting by 8s. And then I need to know the range. And my range is the largest minus the smallest. So in this case, it's 96. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the range, and I'm going to subtract the counting. Oh, shoot. I'm going to divide by the counting number. So in this case, it is 96 divided by 8, which is equal to 12. Now, I'm always going to add 1, just the way it is. So I have 13. So I have 13 groups, in essence, of 104, the sum. And then I may have a number in the middle. So in order to negate that, I'm going to divide by 2. So then 104 divided by 2, I'm going to reduce first. So I have 13, there we go, times 52, and because 104 divided by 2 is 52. And then I'm going to multiply that together. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15. And then I have the 0, I have 52. And so I add them together, I get 6, 7, 6. So the answer is 676. Now, the equation, if you can memorize things easily, is essentially the range divided by the counting number plus 1. And I'm going to multiply that by the sum. I'm going to divide the whole thing by 2. And this will equal the sum. And there you have it. Nico, you're not going to sleep. How many pints are in 21 fluid ounces? So if I do my gallon man, I have 4 quarts in a gallon, and I have 2 pints in each quart. I'm not going to continue. And then I have 2 cups in each pint. So in other words, 2 C's is equal to P. And I know that 1 cup is equal to 8 ounces. That's an O. And so I know a pint is equal to 16 ounces. Therefore, I have 21 over 16. Now that's kind of nasty, so I just have to do some division here. So I have 21, and I know I'm going to have a bunch of zeros. Just throw in some, and I have 16. So 16 goes into 21 once, and so I have 5 remaining. 16 goes into that mess 3 times. That's 48, carry the 2. So 16 goes into 20 once with 4 left. Yeah, 4 left over. So that goes into 40 twice. Have to add another 0. So that's 32. So I have 8 over here, and 5 times 16 is 80. So here's my decimal place, here's my decimal place. So the answer is 1.3125. And there you have it. Find the quotient. Woohoo! And express your answer as a mixed number. So I have to first convert the mixed number into an improper fraction. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2 is 17. So I have 17 fifths times the reciprocal, 10 sixths. So I reduce first. So I have, and 17's prime, so I'm not stuck with it. So I have 34 over 6. Well, that is just 5, I think. 5, and so then what do I have left over? So I have 4, 6, so it's equal 5 and 2/3. And there you have it. All right, 16. Now 16 is kind of a fun problem. And let's review absolute value. What is the absolute value of 3? 3. What is the absolute value of negative 3? 3. Absolute value is asking how far something is from 0 on the number line. Distances, in this case, are going to always be positive. So back to our problem. The absolute value, if you touch the mouse, it moves it over here too. So it's okay. So the absolute value of 9 is 9. So that means x plus 3 could equal 9. But we also know the absolute value of negative 9 is 9. So that means x plus 3 could also equal negative 9. And then the absolute value brackets would turn it positive. So just solve for x. Minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. So I get x is equal to negative 12, and x is equal to 6. They want the sum of the two. So what is the sum of negative 12 and 6? Negative 6. Kind of fun, huh? All right. So now in a middle school of 680 students, a random sampling of 40 polled and with their favorite drink. 33 chose soda. How many students would choose soda as their favorite drink in the whole school? So I just make my proportion. What is the scale factor here? Well, how many times does 40 go into 680? Well, so how many times does 4 go into 68? That's 1, carry the 2, so that's 7, 17 times, so I multiply this by 17. 33 times 17, why do they always pick ugly numbers to multiply? I don't know. Oh, sorry, that's not a 1. It's a 2 and a 3. That's a 2. So we get 561 students prefer soda. Speaking of soda, I would love to have an orange soda. Right now, that's my favorite. 18, a group of students. 43 ride their, oh, this looks like a Venn diagram. So we have motor vehicles, and 43 ride motor vehicles. And students walk to school. And that's 34, and 21 ride or walk to school, depending on the day. So that's 21. So subtract this out, subtract the 21 out, because the motor vehicle group includes 21 students who may also walk depending on the weather. So I subtract it out to 22. So I have 22 take motor vehicles, and I get 1 and 3, so 13 who walk. And then it says how many students from the whole group, so I just add them together. 22 plus 21 is 43. 43 plus 13 is 56. And it is 56. Number 19. Number 19. 8 minutes remaining. 8 minutes. Right. Using the form, oh, I love those formulas. So we have C is equal to F times, 5 times F. 5 times F minus 32 over 9. And it says C is equal to 38. So we have 38 equals 5 times F minus 32 over 9. So this piece is kind of like having inside a parenthesis, because you're dividing the entire piece by 9. So what's the opposite of dividing by 9? Multiplying by 9. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is multiply everything by 9. So if I multiply this side by 9, these 9's cancel out, and I have 5 times F minus 32 is equal to, and I multiply this by 9. So we get 2, 7, so that's 34, I think. Yeah. All right. So then divide by 5, divide by 5. Because what's the opposite of multiplying by 5? Dividing by 5. So it's Christmas time already, I guess. And so we have 5 goes into 34 6 times. Carry the 4, 8 times, with 2 left over, and 2/5 is equal to 0.4. So that is equal to F minus 32. What's the opposite of subtracting 32? You are right if you say adding 32. plus 32. So I get 100.4 is equal to, that is hot. My goodness. All right, last two. Express that as time. Okay, everyone should get this one right. So all you gotta do is move this decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the negative direction. So it's 6.24 times 10 to the negative 7th. That's it. Last problem, coefficients. We all love coefficients. So we have 2x to the third plus 3x squared plus 2x plus 5. And we're multiplying it by x to the third plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 3. So we're trying to find the coefficient of x squared. So let's try to figure out what times what is equal to x squared. So I know that x times x is equal to x squared. But I also know that x squared times a number is also equal to an x squared. So that's what I'm looking for in this problem. I'm looking for x squareds times plain numbers. Well, here's an x squared. Here's a plain number. So I'm going to multiply them together. 3x squared times 3 is going to be 9x squared. This x to the third, that's not in my little diagram here. There's not much I can do with it. So I can't multiply that by anything in here to get x squared. Here I have a plain x. There I have a plain x. So I multiply them together. 2x times 4x is 8x squared. So then a plain number times an x squared. 5 times 2x squared is 10x squared. And this is an x to the third. There's nothing in this polynomial that I can multiply to make it an x squared. So let's just add these together. So I get 27x squared. Now the trick here is coefficient. A coefficient is just a number. The coefficient of the x squared term is only the number here. So for 21, the answer is 27. If you wrote 27x squared, it would be marked wrong. The coefficient is only this number, not with that. And that is it. That is your written round explained.